Hello everybody, it's Wilson here and welcome back to my channel, and warm welcome to the new viewers as well. So you probably watched my other video, which I'll put in the link above and the description below, of the SLC roof module upgrade, where you can have the extra functions for the roof module. So you can close the rear quarters, move the rear quarters up, and also operate the roof while you're moving up to 25 miles an hour. I collabed with a subscriber who managed to flash his original R172 roof modules without swapping to an SLC roof modules. So in this video I'm going to put my original roof module back in and show you guys how to flash it with the Vediamo software. Right, without further ado, let's crack on and get going. So I've already dismantled everything in order to get to the roof module. If you want to know how the process to get to it, watch the other video which I've already mentioned. So that's the original, no, not the original, that's the SLC roof module that I retrofitted last time with that part number. So I'm going to refit my original roof module that came with the car, this one, and proceed with the flash. Right, so the original SLK roof module refitted. So what you'll need is Vediamo on your laptop. Specifically you need version 4, so 040202. Don't use version 5 if you're using a pass-through adapter. So when I mean pass-through adapter, this is what I'm using, a Tactrix Open Port 2. You can buy that from AliExpress, eBay for cheaply, and then you need to use version 4 Vediamo. Now I won't run through how to set up Vediamo, it's quite complex. There's plenty of online tutorials, but essentially you need to, it doesn't work out of the box, you need to get all the ECU files, CBF files, etc. to make it work. So the two files, well, the three files that you really need to flash this roof module to SLC spec is the CBF file, the R172, which is for coding as well, but it enables you to actually read the ECU. And then the other two CFF files above it are the firmware flash files for the software banks. There's two of them, so you've got to flash those two. Right, first of all, ignition on to position 2. Right, so boot up Vediamo, so you need to go to this option here, this VEC route, EC count, sorry, and then let it boot up. And then you have to browse to your CBF file first, what I just showed you. So highlight CBF at the bottom, change folder, and go to the folder where I've stored the flash files and the CBF, which will be, in my case, here somewhere, roof module. There you go. So just highlight that folder, OK, and it should find the CBF file for communication with the roof module, which it has, R172. Highlight that, OK, and then I think you have to change the properties of this line. I'm not sure, let me just check if we have to. Yeah, you need to go to properties and change it to UDS_500. That's the protocol you need to use. OK, and that changes that to 500, as you can see there, not 125. So once you do that, you click the tick button in the top corner to connect to the ECU. Hopefully it will connect any second. Just thinking about it. Oh, schoolboy error, I've not plugged it in. Be right back.
A few moments later.
Right, I've actually plugged it in this time. Right, let's crack on then. So where I left off was to connect to the ECU, and that's a good sign when you hear that little dong noise. So it's connected. ECRM172 established. Okay, so let's go for the flash. Apparently I was told it only takes a couple of minutes, so fingers crossed. So click on the lightning button. Where is it? Here it goes. Come on, yeah, and then this flash window comes up. And now let me just double check I'm in the right folder. Let's expand this here on the right, make sure I am. Yeah, I'm in the folder that I selected earlier, and that's the they're the two software banks that I mentioned earlier, which you need to flash. So highlight each one of them, and then highlight the field on the right, add, and it adds it to the top. You can see there, it adds it to the field at the top, and do the same for the other one. And then highlight on the right, add, and you can see the two fields are added at the top. So fingers crossed, let's go for the flash and see what happens. Right, flash button, here we go. Right, everything's going mad on my dashboard, which is normal, it's in flash state. It's all beeping away. Right, let's see what happens. And it's doing it, there you go. That's not good. ECU flash broken. What's going on there? Be right back. Well, I don't know what happened there. So it didn't like the second file that I flashed. So it flashed the first one and then it failed on the second one. So when I mean the first one, second one, I meant those two files there. It failed on the 3900. So I did a bit of investigation. I logged back in and did a software bank. It didn't. So software block number 1 didn't flash. So I turned the car off, turned it back on, reflashed it again, but I only did the second file, software block number 1, that one there, 3900, and it worked. So just bear that in mind. You may need to do it one at a time rather than two at a time that I did, and may have to reset the ECU in the process. But it looks like it's done it. You can see both software banks have got the latest software IDs, which I flashed just now. Right, let's see if it works. Forgot one crucial step, so I need to check the coding. So let's I think you have to code the options first, so let me just go in there and look at the coding. So variant coding, where's that? It's one of these here. Variant coding. So you need to click on this button here, variant coding. So once you can reconnect it back to the ECU, click that. Come on, there you go. And yeah, the coding information is there now, which is good. And we got to turn these options on, the correct options, that is. So from what I remember, I'm just going from memory, but I did remember automatic trunk separator is not, we haven't got one, because the automatic trunk separator is the thing in the boot that has electronic control, but mine's manual, so I'll leave that off. Automatic trunk separator is niche verbal. CF radio requests, I believe that needs to be on, so highlight that. I think you've got to do this one at a time, so I'll just show you. So if I highlight that one, verbot, and then ECU coding, hit the button there, ECU coding, continue. Yeah, that's turned it on at the top, you see that? So I think you've got to do it one at a time. So this one here, off remote control auto with auto trunk separator, that's not active, so I'll leave that one alone. That one, if I remember, needs to be on, so verbot, again ECU coding, continue. So I'll carry on with the rest. I'll show you the end result. Okay, so I've gone through all the coding options, and this is what I've set it to. I believe it's correct. So make a note of that. That's what you need to code it to, all those functions there. Right, the proof of the pudding. I've not assembled anything yet. I'm just going to leave it as it is. Ignition on, let's test it. So let's see if the rear quarters will come up. So to bring the rear quarters up when you've got the roof down, is you need to pull this button up, this middle one, push it up, and then let's see what happens. Yes, we're winning. Yes, there you go, and that is successful. And I'm sure the roof operation will work as well when you're driving up to 25 miles an hour, because my subscribers already tried it, so I won't show you that. But yeah, so there you go. This is how to program your original SLK module with Vediamo to get the SLC functions. So this will give you two options now. You can either do the hardware swap according to the first video that I released recently, or if you're familiar with Vediamo, this is the second option. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please remember to like, share and subscribe to keep updated of future videos of this nature. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you again soon. Bye bye.